Hello everyone, welcome back for Game 3 of this multi-category Super Metroid Tournament 2022. Bronze match between Nevdi and cemo. So this one, I am your commentator, I'm Zeb316, and I'm joined by Beep to the Boop again. And how you doing, Beep to the Boop?
I'm doing great. Hockey Towner was feeling a little tired, had a long day, decided to get some rest, and absolutely I took the opportunity to step in.
Yeah, this should be a good one. The first two were kind of a little lopsided both ways. First one, cemo won by good 6 minutes or so, or would have if Nevdi had finished. And the second one, Nevdi won by about the same amount if cemo would have finished. So, hopefully this one evens those out and kind of is a closer race to watch. But the settings for this one will be random start, full countdown, boss shuffle. So they'll start at some random location on Zebus, and we will have a full item split with countdown where the number in the top left shows how many majors are left. And it looks like we start with a Bubble Mountain start. In my opinion, this is the toughest start, even tougher than Lore Norfair, because Lore Norfair at least needs to give you some way to get out of Lore Norfair. This doesn't have to give you any way to get through Norfair without just taking a ton of damage.
Yep, and so for the start, we have a guaranteed Varia suit down in this corner of Bubble Mountain, and also Morph Ball will be in the direction of Speed Booster. The door is like open. It's normally a super door, but because of this random start, specifically, the door is available to the runners.
And Nevdi manages to get up here a little bit faster using that right side ball jump, even though he took a little while to get it. Yeah, no prediction for which suit will come first given this start. So it had to be Varia. We do have a missile. We'll see if we get early supers or power bombs for this seed. There's Morph Ball as well. So the runners will go to Wave next. It'll be pretty awkward if Wave missiles aren't some sort of ammunition, because then they would have to refill their ammo before checking Wave Beam location.
No, yeah, it could be something like power bombs, and they would just be forced to farm either the Kago or.
Yeah, I think given that there are 0 majors here, they could just abandon it, but we'll see what's over here. And it's a missile, so they'll be able to check the... Oh yeah, okay, cemo actually making a really smart play doing this. So if this weren't a missile, they would be able to check the door anyway. And it's power bombs at Wave Beam, so... still no supers yet, so can't check Norfair Reserve, although not really anything you would want there other than supers anyway. Maybe an E-Tank. I will say, it's almost kind of nice to have 0 in Upper Norfair here, because there's no chance that you get baited into, like, sticking around here, which I think is one of the biggest traps in these Norfair starts, is you, like, find a high jump boots and maybe a couple of E-Tanks, and you're like, well, I could do lower Norfair on this, but it's almost always a bad idea. I think it's almost always better just to go back to, like, Criteria, Green Brinstar, and do those.
And down in Cathedral, we found some very handy super packs for.
Yep. So
Pretty
now
happy
they
to
do
find those.
have supers. They actually weren't able to check Croc because this is vanilla map, so Croc is actually a super door.
Yeah, actually, there's absolutely nothing to do in Croc's direction. The more I think about it, because you can't even make it up Croc escape.
Yeah. I'm not sure about even checking high jump here. I might have waited on this, but maybe it's fine. There are 3 miners here, which is quite a bit.
We
And
could
it looks
also
like
snag an E-tank.
yeah, and cemo is checking it too. And more power bombs. More power bombs is actually really nice. Probably gonna see Nevdi and cemo both go into green Brinstar, and then it's possible that they'll want to go into blue Brinstar from there. And having 10 power bombs just makes that so much better. If you only have 5, it's really, really easy to run out of power bombs there. Yeah, thinking about it now, I think that just the fact that you could get more power bombs here makes this trek worth it. Like,
Yeah, if we keep an eye on their power bomb count, we'll see if they ever ended up having struggles down the line.
I expect 1 in red Brinstar, so yeah. Nevdi checking crate, I would kind of like checking crate and then leaving. 1 major. Emo skipping it. I kind of like checking it because it's countdown to see the item count. And his high jump, wow. And cemo doing so interesting. Cemo saying I don't think that checking that trade for the miner or for the number is important, but I do think that checking West Meridia for the number is important. And Nevdi checking the boss too.
With Nevdi's crate loadout, can definitely take out either crate or Fantoon. The other two are a little bit impossible.
Yeah, this is also kind of tough with Fantoon because Nevdi's at 3 missiles. But it is Fantoon, so Nevdi will be able to do it. Needs to be actually pretty careful. Energy isn't very good. Missiles are really bad. Actually doesn't want to fast here, I think.
Definitely agree. We do see there are 3 majors in wrecked ships, so this could be very useful for later down the line when we enter wrecked ships location.
So Nevdi gets 5 missiles in total in that first round. And cemo going up here. Cemo didn't check green Brinstar, right? Did I just
Didn't
miss
even
that?
peek. Unless I missed it, but from what I could tell.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that. And there's Spacer. Everyone's favorite item.
Everyone's.
So yeah, I think this really works out really well for Nevdi. With 3 items in wreck ship, I think it's always possible that the items in wreck ship that are needed are really early, like under ocean or the spooky missile. In which case you don't need Fantoon dead.
And with the random start location, I do believe that means Vario tweaks are turned on, so
Yep,
can also check the...
So the Varia tweaks are turned on, so the item exists at Rexha P-Tank, but the door is actually locked. The one that would go towards Spiky Room of Death. That door is locked. So it's possible to get there, but you would have to go through Meridia to get to that item. And nice
so it's only if you start there?
Yep, if you start there, then the door is unlocked.
Okay.
Cemo wall jumping a little high on this. And that's a major. It looked like a beam, like maybe wave. Was that charged? Okay.
Certainly, chat will be honest.
I trust chat.
Yeah, chat's been really good tonight.
So that charge is actually... Huh. So that's really important to know about. Because if you know where charge is, you can just kind of like stop getting ammo after 30 supers. And then go get charge later. Two in green Brinstar. Nevdi supering Cack Attack to get a super. Very worth. So 3 in criteria as well. So cemo. So with 3 plus 2 plus 3. There are 4 items left. There were 2 in West Meridia too, so that's only 2 items left between Croc, Lower Norfair, and East Meridia. Let me think about that more. Let me make sure. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, there are 3 left between those areas, actually, I think. Only an average of 1 per area, so those areas are pretty barren.
Cemo making quick work with Gauntlet. Gonna be rewarded with no majors.
Yeah, getting an E-Tank is kind of nice still. And the super's not bad, but definitely not what they were looking for. I'm curious what we'll see from Nevdi. He could definitely go straight to wreck ship. It looks... Did he turn high jump off? That looked like high jumpless movement.
Nevdi was definitely in the pause menu.
Yeah, so he has to be planning on going to wreck ship if he turned off high jump. Or maybe not. But nope, he is. So we'll see. I think if gravity isn't in wreck ship, this works out well for cemo. I guess, rather, if gravity is either at green Brinstar or at blue at criteria, then this works out well for cemo. Otherwise, I think that if wreck ship's required, well, obviously, if wreck ship's required, then this is really good for an Nevdi. Because his routing just works out way better, if that's the case. If he ever gets CWJ. And there we go. So now we'll get another peek at the maze item from Nevdi.
Oh, that's definitely charge beam.
Yeah. Only 1 major left in green Brinstar. If cemo ends up finding it pretty quick, then that will be pretty good for them. Because they won't have to worry about clearing out a lot of green Brinstar.
Interesting choice to be going down for Nevdi. I would have thought Charge Beam would have been a nice item to grab.
I think that Nevdi isn't super worried about getting it like right away. He's gonna get it. I will say, so the reason to go down, I think, for Nevdi is if you find speed here, or screw like that, you might be able to skip bowling, or you might be able to, I guess, check the reserve tank item. But now if speed's down here, then you're just able to skip everything, or if a major is here. Because you know where Charge Beam is, and then you would know that the rest of Wreck Ship is just a bust.
I see. Cemo getting pretty loaded with ammunition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cemo still probably wants to get up to 30 supers, for when they eventually find Ridley. But probably doesn't need to worry about getting more than that because they know where Charge is, and it's probably better just to get Charge than it is to, pick up a bunch of ammo. Even if it's kind of out of the way for you.
And it looks like Cemo found Wave Beam down in Charge Beams.
Yep, so that makes Charge more valuable. It's also just an item, so now they know that Green Brinstar doesn't have any more. And we'll see what cemo ends up deciding to do from here. I think this ends up working out really well for Nevdi, because cemo's probably going to get those high jump. But man, like, there are only 3 items left, outside of the ones that we know about. The odds that one, like, the item that, like, Gravity's and More Warfare, given that, seem pretty bad. Yeah, this is a rough item to get for an FD here, to check. With high jump, it's less bad. You can get up on this Tripper.
I love that name.
Oh, and Nevdi killed the Tripper. Oh no.
I guess we could check every other item and deduce if that was worth it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Nevdi's going to end up doing now. Could reset the room. Looks like just going through bowling. The problem is, after bowling, you won't know if something was there or not, because there's still, Wreck Ship Energy Tank.
Looks like cemo noticed halfway through that it's boss rando, and we don't want to walk into a boss we can't beat.
Would have been fine anyway, but yeah, you definitely want to play it safe. Oh, he skipped Spooky too. Okay. I just missed that. I assumed that he would have picked or checked it on his way through, but I guess never assume when you're dealing with Nevdi. So cemo would actually have enough ammo to beat Ridley here.
Now we did see at the top that there was a super pack. If this ends up being like speed booster, it might still be worth it to grab those. But
yeah, I don't think so. Because of already having charge. So there's Spooky, there is Brickship E-Tank, and there is Sky Missiles as the remaining items that we don't know what they are, which one has the major in Brickship.
cemo finishing Fantoon, and probably gonna meander over to Wreckshift after.
I think Nevdi forgot about Spooky.
Just outright, you think?
I think so. Nevdi, what are you doing?
We're getting poked.
I think worst case for Nevdi is actually that it's Spooky and not that it's Sky.
Yeah, with this health pool, I mean, those, I don't know what they're called, the things that crush, but they do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Just a super. So it's one of those two. I think that, like I said, I think that Nevdi forgot about Spooky. If Nevdi checks Sky and it's not there, I think we'll see a confused Nevdi if that happens.
I think you might be right. We're on lap 2 around the wreck ship.
Yeah, you want to do a crouch jump, I think, here to get onto this tripper, and then, like, angle down. Maybe it's not this that you can do that with. That I might be thinking of, like, from one tripper to another. Can definitely get on it from here, though. Just supers. Nevdi, what are you doing? And now he has to have remembered. Wow. Yeah, that's so bad for Nevdi, because I don't think the cemo is going to forget that. And that means that cemo will know where all 3 of the majors are after having checked right side super.
That will help cemo catch up quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, that'll... I think that cemo is actually ahead because of that. Yeah, cemo already checked all of Green Brinstar.
Did pick up a nice wave beam.
And his plasma. I think that Nevdi's routing will actually work out a lot better, though. Because I feel like Nevdi will probably route down through Criteria and into Green Brinstar through Meme Route. And his Kraid, okay. I was going to ask, did Nevdi save after getting the plasma? I don't think he did, but it doesn't really matter now, because it's just Kraid. And yep, cemo first item they're checking is going to be the plasma beam. Nevdi missing the Cray quick kill. I feel like after like what happened here in Wreck Ship, Nevdi just feels really bad. Like, if you ever are in a race and you do something that you think, oh my god, this is so stupid, it can just really like have a bad impact on your play from there. Yep, now cemo knows where all three of the majors are.
Do you think cemo gets charge beam before checking the boss?
Looks like it. But yeah, I think that makes sense. cemo has basically exactly enough ammo for the boss, if it's Ridley. Yeah, like if it's Dragon, you want to do it before getting Charge Beam, I think. And if it's Kraid, you want to do it before getting Charge Beam, but if it's Ridley, you really want to get that Charge Beam first. So given Nevdi's going this way, I actually think that he is going to go into Green Brinstar after this. So we'll see what Nevdi ends up routing, how he ends up routing this. But I think what it'll end up coming down to is if the answer is at the bottom of Blue Brinstar, like if it's at the bottom of Criteria, then Nevdi will be in pretty good spot, but if it's at the top of Criteria, then cemo will be in a much better spot. And I think that the default, like if it's like a Ice Beam or a Spring Ball, and you're required to do Suitless, or if it's nothing and you're required to go to Lore Warfare, I think cemo's ahead in those situations. Yeah, cemo leading the boss, wow, yeah. That's... I'm not sure about that. I guess... No, that makes sense, actually. Because once you get that Charge Beam, where you're at, you just end up, like, where you will be later in the game when you're heading back to Torian anyway. So, I think that, it'll lose, like, a couple of door transitions for cemo late in the game, but it's not that bad. So cemo... I guess this race now comes down to, is there something in Criteria?
Something like either Ice Beam or Gravity at this point.
Mm-hmm. Spring Ball would work too. And Nevdi giving up on Alcatraz, the first trick you learn in Super Metroid. To go the new boy. I think Nevdi skipping supers makes perfect sense with Plasma Charge already. Doesn't actually have a Zeb skip. That's the only thing I'd be a little wary of. Might want to get like 25 supers in case you don't find a Zeb skip, but...
And the only way that happens is if you either Crystal Flash Clip or you've beat Dragon before going to East Meridia.
So Nevdi couldn't check Criteria Power Bombs or Criteria Supers without speed or like without a way up. So we'll see if if all three of the items and criteria are down here, or if they are up there. Nevdi going straight for Billy Mays. And there's gravity! Oh, wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, I don't really see, like, a way for cemo to make up enough time at this point. Again, Spring Ball.
Just in case if you thought you were going to do Suitless Meridian, imagine if Ice Beam was also up here.
One thing to make note of, so if the runners just, like, keep going and, like, play normally, I think this race is basically over and Nevdi wins. But I think that Nevdi feels really, really bad about what's gone on so far. And there's a chance that Nevdi does some kind of, like, riskier stuff, some, like, kind of more gambling kind of stuff. And I think that it would take something like that for cemo to really get back into this race. Like, if Ice and Grapple are down here in War and Warfare, then cemo might have a chance. But even then, like, with Spring Ball not being available either, you would need a vanilla Dragon to be able to do full suitless. But there's just one, so can't get Ice and Grapple here for cemo.
Yeah, I think that number one is just the nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm. Nevdi will need a way through Meridia if Dragon is vanilla, because Nevdi can't do the suitless Crystal Flash clip. So I think that cemo's best chance is if there's like an ice here and there's no other way through. There's Grapple, so there's the one. Yeah, so Ice, even if Dragon's vanilla, Ice isn't in War and Warfare, so Nevdi, even after War and Warfare, will be able to find it. It would be in Ice or Speed, I should say. It will be in West Meridia, or East Meridia even, if Dragon is vanilla. I think there are 2 items in East Meridia now. Yeah, and I'm curious how much of Fornor for Nevdi will check. I think that he's just going to go. I think he feels very behind. He feels like he needs to, like, kind of book it at this point. Take some gambles. Bombs were at Brinstar Reserve. I was thinking there was a chance that we would see cemo go get that grapple beam. It's possible it's required, and if this is Dragon, it gives you a way out of Dragon.
That is true, and we know that we're not going to find Spring Ball anywhere. That was backed up in Billy Mays.
Yeah, we know that. cemo doesn't know that, but... Oh yeah, we didn't find the last criteria item, did we? Forgot.
That is a mystery. I think it's either the criteria power bombs or the shaft. I forget what it's called.
Yep, those are the 2 items left. cemo farming up power bombs to be ready in case this is Dragon. If this is Dragon, that just like works out so well for Nevdi and so badly for cemo. Kind of be the story of the seed.
It is a 50-50, either Dragon or Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
Nevdi having some troubles breaking this block. We just had a little dance session. Thank you, Nevdi.
Don't mind me just clipping that really quick. Yep, we'll get to see which boss it is shortly. And it is Dragon, so yep. Best case scenario for Nevdi, worst case scenario for cemo.
I don't know where they keep finding these nails for these coffins.
Nevdi just doing charged plasma shots. Doesn't take too long to heal Dragon. So actually a little slow. Takes like what? Takes like 14 shots or so. Yeah, cemo will be able to get out. They can do a Crystal Flash suit. It's not too bad. It's just a little annoying. Especially because they didn't get their energy super low before the fight. It's really obnoxious to get the energy low now. cemo getting kind of close to the energy that they need. Needs to be careful about these power bombs. Only has one chance left. Okay, that should work. And they don't need to worry about getting the spark suit either. Because they just need to get out of this room. They don't need to worry about getting out of Precious. Because there is no Precious outside this room. I think for Nevdi, it definitely was not worth it to check this item. There was like a less than a 1 in 14 chance or something of it being ice. Ice or speed. One thing, Nevdi needs to make sure to not make, an unfortunate mistake that I saw another runner make in this, playoffs. And he needs to make sure to get enough ammo for Torian.
Yeah, backdooring Dragon, you sometimes forget that you don't have that Ice Beam or Speed Booster to do any Zeb skips.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Nevdi could finish the game, but would need to do a lot of refills to do it. And I think Nevdi... Well, I don't know if Nevdi realizes it. I hope that he does. But if Nevdi realizes it, then he might kick himself a little bit for skipping some supers early. Yeah, I'm curious what cemo is planning from here. Like, I'm not sure. I think if you're cemo, going down and then seeing that grapple where it was, the only way you really have a chance to win at that point, I would feel like, because the only other items that are available to you are in criteria, where you would assume your opponent had gone, would be that it was suitless and that grapple was required. So I would have wanted to pick up that grapple if I were cemo, and just kind of bank on that.
Well, gravity's not... It's pretty far out of the way. It's back in criteria, but I still believe that going back for that and getting gravity would probably be faster than the suitless.
Oh yeah, area. It definitely would be. But from like cemo's perspective, where they don't know that, because they would be trying to think about like, well, if gravity were in criteria, then I've already lost, kind of a thing. Because my opponent would have gotten it a lot earlier than I did. You actually don't need speed to get a Crystal Flash suit or a Spark suit from Dragon. And Nevdi does realize that he needs more ammo, and picks up a missile. Missiles are a lot less valuable for this than supers, but it all goes towards it. kind of expected we'll see Nevdi check behind Ridley too here. Now that he's realized he needs more ammo. Plasma only does 450 damage, which is half of the full beam combo. With charge beam.
Ooh, Nevdi did miss a super there.
Yeah, that's not that big of a deal, but Nevdi does need to be pretty careful.
That's a double hit. Ridley, please be friendly?
Oh my god, Nevdi. Almost through the race there. I wasn't sure how much Nevdi had in reserves.
Well, after that double hit, we were down to 60. That was really close.
I wonder if it would have been better there for Nevdi to, like, empty most of his reserves. I think that Ridley, because of the double hit, you would want to do that. Yeah, I think Nevdi feels like he just needs to go, skipping that E-tank. Getting to 5 can be kind of comfy for Torian, but 3 in a reserve is enough. And with Plasma Charge, that should be a good enough beam combo that you don't need to worry about Mother Brain too much.
Well, there's X-ray X-ray scope.
Yeah, that's worth getting for cemo, I think. Or no, it's not. What am I saying? They've already beaten both of the bosses that that would be useful for.
Still looks interested in finding Ice Beam, though.
Yeah. There are 2 here. 2 items, like... That's pretty dense for West Meridia.
And I guess we'll see from Nevdi what
Oh, there is
booster.
speed. I think that Nevdi's still going to pick up the super. Nevdi's short charges are... No, he's not. Okay. So Nevdi is committing to speed Zeb skip. I think that this could be the opening that cemo needed. If Nevdi just gets stuck there for about 7 minutes or so, cemo's got this. Nevdi needs to not take a hit from a crab here. Okay, now has 2 crab hits of leeway. And there's one of them. Nevdi, what are you doing? You have speed. And you run new route, Nevdi.
Isn't there a nice run jump you can do right at the
yeah, you can do it right there. Right where he did the gravity jump.
Nevdi with a commanding lead, still finding ways to keep us at the other edge of our seat.
But he somehow managed to still get the foosball. Nevdi needs to ship refill. There's... Yeah, just for nothing else for energy. I think Nevdi maybe should have gotten one more E-Tank, but... I think there are a couple of reasons I say that, and first of all is for Metroids. If you're careful, you shouldn't take more than 400 damage from Metroids, but knowing Nevdi, he might take that much damage. And then you would pop your reserve and only end up at 399. And then for Speed Zeb Skip, especially if you're messing it up quite a bit, you end up losing a good amount of energy if you like, especially if you like are taking hits on the way in and out. If you're not like if you're doing it well, then you shouldn't be taking hits. But
Cemo barely missing the.
Yeah, I think that was the quarter halfy. Got too high.
Better than I've ever done. I've never gotten high enough.
It's pretty annoying when you get too high like that. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, where you kind of run out of energy pretty quick. I think Nevdi even should have gotten those drops. And Nevdi even grouping here.
Nevdi is in full sound mode.
Yeah, if Nevdi triggers his reserve, this could be some trouble. Nevdi needs to not take 2 hits from these side hoppers. Okay. That's good.
Nevdi won't even take 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that the difference here is about 5 minutes. Where, like, Nevdi is about 5 minutes ahead right now if everything goes according to plan for both runners.
Well, Cemo does still need to take out Grade Back and Wreck Ship as well.
Yeah. I was kind of trying to take that into account too. But I think that's like 2 minutes of backtrack or so. And then Nevdi's about a minute or 2, probably 2 minutes into Torian. And then it's about another minute for Cemo to get to Torian. So I think 5 minutes is about right, but... So Nevdi has 5 minutes to get this Speed Zeb skip.
Should we keep track of the amount of times he does the store transition?
Sure. Here's one. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, where you want to jump through that door actually on the way back out so that you don't get hit by the Rinka that spawns. There's 2.
That's 3?
Let's see about this one. Nope. That one looked a little closer to the other ones. than the other ones to me.
I've definitely spent hours just working on this.
Nope, not that one either, so that's 4. Yeah, and that's where Nevdi took a hit there on his way back out because he didn't jump. Regardless of whether you see the ring has spawned in or not, it'll hit you if you don't jump. So 5.
Ouch.
6, or no, he just took a hit.
There's 6. Well, are we just going through the missile count?
I think this will be fast enough to still win from here. Yeah, you definitely want to still get this.
There we go. Alright, we definitely have enough time. That was 6 attempts?
Yep, 6 attempts, 0 successes.
Yeah, knowing me, I'd be too stubborn to start using my ammunition. I would just go until I lost. We'd be here until tomorrow.
Yeah, well, one of Nevdi's good points, one of his few good points, is that he actually does sometimes admit when he can't do something and gives up. Yeah, Nevdi should still be about 2 minutes ahead here. Now Nevdi just needs to not get double hit by a catch-up, basically. That's all that he's really worried about at this point. Get 40 shots in. Missiles are actually better DPS here than the charge shot. So it can use missiles for the last, I think, yeah, 4 charge shots. Use 4 less charge shots than would be needed. Should be 36 charge shots and 18 missiles.
Shoutouts to math.
Mm-hmm. And Mother Brain down, so Nevdi has officially made it through. Let's see if Cemo gets this baby skip. Should be not too bad with this item loadout. Has the wave, plasma beam, high jump speed, everything you could really ask for it.
My money's on a successful baby skip. I regret everything.
nice thing about getting grabbed by the baby for cemo is now there's basically no chance that they will die in the mother brain fight. Because they had to refill their energy.
Alright, Cemo, show us how it's done.
Yeah, show Nevdi how to do this, cemo. And cemo kind of has to get this too, so... Oh no, cemo. I expect this from Nevdi, but not from you, cemo.
I was about to say third tries the charm. Maybe they changed this phrase to fourth try?
There we go. But Nevdi will be finishing up. And
get your GG's ready.
Yep, Nevdi has finished in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 1 second. GG to Nevdi. And we are joined by Nevdi. How are you doing?
Good that I've won.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
It's a long set, but congrats.
Thanks. I'm just not good at these BO3s. I just can't do it. I come out of Swiss and I can't play anymore. But I guess I'm dwelling on the last bit there. I just literally couldn't speed Zeb skip. I finished and I got to jump in the stream to watch the ending, and I had to walk away because I physically couldn't deal with listening to Zeb while I was trying to do that skip. If I finish these back, I'm going to skip over that part because I meant.
No, you'd have to watch it.
No, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching.
We were counting in chat how many times it was taking you to do it.
I was like, "Are you serious? I can't believe it." I think my short charge is bad enough as it is, but with the pressure and everything, just it gets crazy. And that's I think if I lost the race because of it, it would have been a good thing for me. If I want to ever win these things or do better, I just have to deal with myself mentally and just get better at certain stuff, because ultimately that's probably I had a good chance to take this, but those sort of plays, if I keep playing like that, is the reason why I can't win. So I just
was expecting you to honestly keep picking up supers after picking up speed.
I think the speed was a bait. I reckon I should have grabbed the supers and just done that. But it's a good lesson for me. I just need to tidy stuff up, try and prepare better mentally for these sort of series, and get better.
Also, did you forget spooky missiles when you first went to Rookship? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. When that happened, I just thought I lost, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I thought you felt like too.
Yeah, because I saw the boss. Well, I saw Kraid had an item, and I was like, oh, I better go check it. This is good. And I'm like, oh, I'm here. I'll check the boss now. And then it was that full wreck ship bait, and I thought, oh, Cemo's definitely not doing this. Let's run ship and do it. And then when I did it so inefficiently, and it wasn't really anything good. I mean, you can argue charge would be. I just thought that was over from there. But Cemo said in chat, what happened when I won? Because apparently their route was significantly worse anyway.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen two runners have worse routes in a scene. But
The
What a
third
way to
place
end it.
match.
Oh my
yeah,
God. The
This
first
is
two were
the-
really fun though. Like the first two seeds were so much fun. I loved them. This one was just miserable. I wasn't really like I wasn't upset or anything. I was just I just did everything wrong, but somehow I got it anyway.
yeah. It seems like this is the story of your tournament, Nevdi, where you just like play terribly and somehow win anyway.
That's how you
It's-
got to do it, Zeb. That's the strats. I'm trying to teach people. Hey, Cemo.
Tried.
GG.
I tried. I did my best to do that, but it was just a
You
little
did
bit too bad. A little bit too bad.
Oh, man.
I just kind of forgot, or I was planning to do like the meme route checks, and then I don't know, my brain just blanked, and I just went through the room, and then I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go check this boss here, and then there was Fantoon, and there was High Jump, and I felt kind of like committed to skipping the criteria items at that point because I had already done it accidentally, and it would have felt really silly going back for it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like when I don't know, I thought the first time like you went through Green Brinstar, you were gonna go there afterwards, and then when you didn't, I thought the second time you were gonna go through it.
I
And
was
then
gonna do
you
those
didn't.
against checks
Mhm.
and then leave and just like leave the slow checks behind, but I just completely forgot, and it was like pretty quick. I wouldn't have even had to have done like Billy Mays. Just
Yeah.
would have picked up my go mode pretty quickly.
Yeah, you would have done this in
Mhm.
like 40 something minutes, maybe.
It just feels real bad, but that's fine. It happens.
I thought to start out having 0 items in Upper Norfair was really nice because Upper Norfair is like the biggest bait to like just stick around and be like, oh hey, like try to stick around, then try to go to Lower Norfair, like especially if it gives you like high jump and like screw attack or
Yeah.
something. It's like, man, I want to go to Lower Norfair now, and it's like, no, that's almost always a bad idea in these.
Yeah, definitely. Especially
So-
if you add that, you get baited to Croc as well, and then you try and
Mhm.
continue down if you get it, and it's just a bait. I remember we did a weekly, all of us here together, actually, and a few others, where I was thinking of that too. Every time I do an Upper Norfair start, I just head up. I still don't know if it's right to check the boss beforehand, but if it had an item, it is. I don't know, but I'm really bad at week 4. I don't really know what I'm doing in it, so I just run around until I get my items. But first race, that was pretty fun. Cemo got lucky, I think.
Yeah, that's the only way I could have won.
Yeah, you just lucked out.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Like,
about that. Like the, it would have
Race
been.
two?
So you were ahead for pretty much most of the race, Nevdi, in that first one. But then you skipped GT, Cemo checked it, and it was Gravity. So that was that.
Yeah.
Like,
I nearly did it too, but I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I've got grapple. It's gonna be at bot wound, and then when it wasn't at bot wound, I
Yeah,
was
what-
like, oh,
so
wait,
what-
what the hell?
what was
And then I
going
went-
through your head when you decided to leave Batwoon and then decided to go?
Yeah. When I went down, I was like, oh, okay, so it's not here, it's Mama Turtle then. Then I went down, I'm like, it's probably faster to go to Mama Turtle. Then I went down, I'm like, no, hold on, I left GT. I have to go, so I went all the way back up. Lucky I did,
Okay.
because I would have looked so stupid running to Mama Turtle. I forgot
thought-
that I left
yeah.
GT, that's why I did that.
There was also
Okay.
Waterway, by the way.
Oh
So-
yeah, Waterway, yeah, there you go. I just forgot, then I'm like, oh, I can do it, it's miserable refarming, and I have to get this Crystal Flash and everything, but it worked out, but Cemo too quick.
I probably fell behind when I did the Batoon E-Tank check
Yeah.
real early.
I mean,
I was doing everything I possibly could to avoid going back down that elevator.
yeah, he did it without, or they did it without high jump. And that was, yeah, that was a play.
That's hilarious. Sorry. Oh, that would have been good. I want to see your reaction for that one. That's fine. Yeah,
I just reset pretty quickly when I saw what it was. It was the
Oh,
last
okay.
thing I
Still pretty
did
bad.
before going down.
Yeah, Nevdi was
I
actually positionally ahead of you at that point, cemo. But Nevdi had less knowledge because Nevdi didn't go through the Meridia early like you did, so
Yeah,
they
that's a good
um
play. Simo, you told me about that in chat. Doing that save scum with the Meridia play, that's pretty cool.
I
I
didn't
was
need
thinking
to
about
save
doing it.
scum it in the end, but
Yeah, true, but for the safety, yeah, it
I
worked
think
out
that
pretty
was basically the difference. Because Simon knew that Torium wasn't at the front of Lorne Warfare, so was able to do reverse acid dive. Where you weren't able to do that in FD because if that
Yeah.
were like Torian and then gravity weren't there, then that would just be
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt good when it was there, and then I saw the other entrance, like, oh, I can go get GT, but I didn't. I thought I really had all the items to suitless, and I thought that's what the seed was doing, but the seed tricked me, so I got baited by grapple, as Crane saying in chat. But still, really fun seed. I really liked it. That was good. Seed 2, I did a massive play. Or sequence break rather. You went. I think the seed eventually wanted you to
Yeah.
do what I did, but I did it really early.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and defend it because it looks probably would have looked stupid. When I saw Rex Ship had no items, I think it. I need to get my map up because I can't remember. It was either that or Lower Norfair.
Yep.
And I thought I can get 4 out of 7 here. Well, I could have done the Everest springboard jump because that's how it has to beat me, and I should have learnt that. But I just got really lucky that it was in the Mama Turtle location.
Okay, I
If it
was
was a
wondering
bit
if you were
deeper,
going to go for that afterwards if it wasn't there.
I was gonna try, but I would have felt bad, and I probably wouldn't have got it, to be honest. So yeah, but that's why I did it, because there was only that and Lower Norfair left, and I just got lucky and got it there. So there wasn't really much cemo could do in that race because I did a dumb play and it worked. And you were really close anyway, cemo. I think by the end of it.
yeah, like I feel bad because I took like a early death in that one, and at first it didn't seem like it was going to be a big deal because I could just go check some other entrances, but then they're all like dead ends for me, and I had to come back and just do the stuff I already did.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting clipped in chat.
Yeah, I also I clipped you and made my favorite clip of you now. You can check out my favorite moment from this race.
Okay, okay, I'll watch it.
Okay,
Um,
I'm excited to watch this favorite moment.
So that's all I want to say about the seeds, unless anyone else has questions.
It's so long.
It's great.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know what was going on. I don't want to talk about it. I was like, I can't spin. Is that the bit in Lower Norfolk when I was trying
Yep.
to get to the PBs? Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can watch that. I have to go down and watch it later. Man, I get tilted easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured you were kind of tilted that whole third race after the wreck ship kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But again,
Yeah, I
back
think
to the
that
original stuff. That's stuff I have to fix myself for sure.
I think that you going into West Meridia made sense actually. I was like, you knew that there was one in Lorne Warfare, and that's all that there was there. So it was like that versus this kind of a thing.
Yes, 4-7, and I could do it. I also had a portal there. I thought was pretty cool, even if I didn't get the Everest. So, yeah. Then I saw gravity. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. So I kind of played a little bit safe. I kept looking for an E tank, even though I didn't get it. But I felt pretty good about that.
And I was thinking at first that it was like, okay, well, one of the like portals is going to lead you to the top of West Meridia, and you're intended to go through that way. But nope, it was you're intended to actually do the crab hole like climb. And
yeah, that was the other bit when Kraid sort of bottled or ended that route there as well. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
yeah, Kraid and East Meridia at the top there.
Yeah, there's no other way to get through. So yeah, pretty nuts. But yeah, so happy I got to race you, Simo. I mean, I was looking forward to this whole tournament. It's a shame it's not the finals, but we're not good enough yet. You know, as the Kip too strong. I'm gonna wake up for that actually as well. It's a really bad time for me. Pretty rude of them to schedule it at a time I can't watch. So Might have to chat to them about that. But 5 a.m. I'm going to wake up and watch that. But at least we got to play. Like I know that. Well, us three, Zeb, myself, and Cemo, have been sending seeds to each other, talking throughout the tournament. I know. I think they're my friends. I can't tell, but they're pretty mean. But otherwise, it's it's fun.
Friend is a pretty strong word.
But it's good. I went into this with no expectation. I just was really happy to race Cemo and smash them.
Yeah, I was looking
Smashed.
forward to it, so I'm glad we got to race. It was fun. I was glad you deferred your pick. I didn't want to let you get away with that, so I picked your counter pick.
You got in my head. You picked my best week, and then you beat me. I'm like, oh, this is over. I'm done. I reckon we could race so many times, and it would be each of us would keep taking the series from each other. I think it'd be pretty even. I just managed to get it today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it back. I always like seeing like the commentary and stuff. Like I don't feel good about the last race, but oh well. I don't think you do either, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think you have less to worry about cemo than Nevdi does, so can feel good about that at least.
We were kind of sad that it was a week 4 for the ending of it all. We're like, boo, we rolled a week 4. We both love area and wanted another area, but the countdown aspect's fun, and you got to do every week. But
yeah, I think it would have been interesting to see more of a vanilla week 2 for the end, but
it's still good. Good mixture there, countdowns and areas and random starts. It's all fun. It's all good. But yeah, I had a crazy good tournament. Like I had so much fun. Like I live for these stuff, so I just want to say massive thanks to everyone for putting it on and commentating and restreaming and setting it all up. Like I'm pretty much going to count the days down to the next year. I'm sad that it's all over now, but this is probably my best performance so far. I'm really happy with everything, and yeah, had a good time.
And it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really good races throughout this tournament. Yeah. I guess you guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man King, that was
a
highlight. That was kind of the highlight of the tournament for me. When I got to that race,
even the blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. But
God. How come Tracy lets you do commentary when we sign up? It's like, oh yeah, let's put Zeb on. It's going to be great.
I mean, it is great. So, but yeah, I think. Do you two have anything else to add about the tournament or the games?
I've been talking so much, Cemo can talk.
I want to thank you for doing the commentary, and shout outs to Nevdi for being my opponent in this long set. It was pretty tiring. Shout outs to Tracking as well. Wait, who's
this third match is Jestro.
Yep.
Shout outs again to the organizers too for putting this on. The whole tournament's been a lot of fun. Sorry that this bronze match couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
This is a 7-0 and 6-1 runner there in game 3.
Yeah, you could totally tell from just
this
watching
is how
it.
we play.
Yeah, GG's and have a good night, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, GG, Cemo. Really happy that we got to race and I get to race you. And I'm going to be watching the finals now, as to Kip. Pretty pumped for that. I wish them both the best of luck. It's now, we'll carry on as a spectator instead of a participant, and I'm happy either way. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so with that will do it from us. Make sure to follow these runners. You can follow the commentary team as well, and the tracker as well. Jestro Zooks, Beep to the Boop, Zeb316. Tune in for the next race, the final race of this tournament. That starts at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. But yeah, that will do it from us, and we will see you then.